Hi folks, this is the second of two very short videos offering advice on how to get a summer TEFL job in the UK. I've been recruiting EFL teachers for many years, and these tips are based on the mistakes that I see people make every year. So listen carefully and you should save yourself some time and improve your employment prospects. We're up to tip number 7, which is be honest about qualifications and experience. Most employers will want to see original certificates, and they will be able to spot an online TEFL qualification or a dodgy degree very easily. Most summer school employers are happy to give newly qualified teachers their first job, so lack of experience should not stop you getting a job, whereas a less than truthful CV might. Tip number 8, summer schools don't just recruit teachers. Most organisations usually have vacancies for activity monitors as well. These are the people who accompany students on various activities and excursions. They're usually undergraduates who are selected for their enthusiasm and lively, outgoing personalities. So if you don't have the right teaching qualifications, this is a good way to get first-hand experience of the TEFL industry. Tip number 9, first impressions matter. You may have what you think is an amusing email address, e.g. Mummy Bear or Suicidal Dave, but think about how it looks to a potential employer and consider getting something a bit more neutral, at least for job applications. Also, remember that after an initial email application, a potential employer may well call your mobile phone, and a joke voicemail message, or no message at all, won't create a very favourable impression either. Tip number 10, have scanned versions of all relevant certificates and proof of identity, especially if you're applying from abroad, and be ready to email when required, but don't send them until an employer asks to see them. Tip number 11, apply to potential employers one at a time. Putting the email address of every EFL summer school in the CC box of a general inquiry email is unlikely to get a favourable response because it looks lazy and suggests you may try and play one school off against another. Tip number 12, don't be afraid to pick up the phone. Although in most cases the initial stages of recruitment are done via email, a timely phone call can yield results, particularly at the beginning of the summer when some employers may have staff shortages due to people dropping out. And the last one, tip number 13, don't accept a job unless you fully intend to take it, and tell employers about any other potential jobs you may have in the pipeline. The TEFL industry is a notoriously small world, and it's much better to be honest than get a reputation as someone who is unreliable. Okay, that's the end of video number 2. If you found this advice useful, make sure you check out the first short video for the rest of my tips on how to get a summer TEFL job in the UK. You can watch it now by clicking on the link in the bottom right corner of your screen. In the meantime, here's a list of the places where you can find TEFL jobs over at networktefl.com. Thanks for listening.